Hey, what's happening, peoples? How are y'all doing today? It's Friday, and I love Fridays. Why? I don't know. I just like them. I like them better than any day of the week, I guess, because it reminds me of, hey, I got 2 days to do nothing but get things done. I guess you can say that. What's going on today? Red just did an excellent live. Make sure you check out his YouTube. Marty will be following me in 30 minutes as he just came, as bullets just popped up and seen it. You got Rob Lynn live at 8 o'clock tonight. I believe, and I'm not 100% sure, I'm waiting for the text that Julie and Michael might be doing another webinar today at 3. I'm not 100% sure. I just texted her. I know she's in church right now. So happy Ramadan to all my Muslim brothers and sisters out there. I hope you're going through that. I know that's not easy. I have a lot of friends that celebrate that every year, and they work all day, and it's not an easy task. So God bless you. What did I put on my thing? Let me say hi to a few people because I haven't been doing that a lot lately, and I apologize because I get going here. Polly Cherry, what's happening? Good morning, Burgess. Brother man, how you doing? Sigiglio Jasmek, how you doing? Raphael, Roy Davies, Casey, Evan Bergen, the Beav is on here. You got my little joke, didn't you? That was too easy. Wait, gloves, glasses. Where'd I put them? I found my glasses. I lost 2 pair of glasses this week, and I found them all. So, Sue, I can't even see with these. Susan Hodges, Raphael, Abdul, Karen, Ruth Pace, Burgeth, Mary Tienda, I think it is, saying hi to Polly. Shurya Naran, the Mad Hatter, Rob, what's happening? No, Lynn's probably far behind or right next to him. Amol, how you doing? Smart Bollywood, what's happening? Janie Helms, how you doing, my beautiful sister? Yodi Ramos, there's Roy Davies. Robert McGee, what's happening? Christina Dodds, how you doing? Ruthie Pace, what's happening, Ruth? Steve Newell, GV Rao, what's happening, brother? Big leader in India. He's doing really good. He's like the craze man. He's getting them all. Prosper, how you doing? Miss Reina, how you doing? Sajada, Sandeep. All right, Pat Parrott, what's happening? All my live monsters. Listen, John White, if you're on here, thanks again for yesterday. Bill Must, if you're on here, I don't see you, but maybe you are. I know you're doing a lot of gardening work here. I got you. Greg, what's happening, Greg? He's the electric car guy. We all know him. Sean Kushel. Okay. Gemma Ramke. If there's one sister, there's another one. Myra Aquino. What's happening, my beautiful sister? Mary, thank you very much for the super sticker, guys. Well, good. That reminds me real quick. William is doing phenomenal. I told you that I'm going to do a webinar for William when everything is completed. He left me some really cool pictures today. And I posted it on my Facebook yesterday about what they're doing, the process of electricity coming, the floors in the school all cemented, desk. And as soon as he has that all done, we are going to do a live webinar. And I want to show you what your donations went for. Really cool stuff there. What else? What did I title it today? Why do I love Onpassive? And I said, let me tell you why. I used one of Marty's sayings there. And I want to tell you why. And I think you can relate to most of this stuff. And if you don't want to be on here to listen to this, that's okay. It doesn't bother me. If I have 1 or 100 people, it's good. I just want to light you guys up to let you know why I love Onpassive. And I'm betting you're going to say the same thing. Now, to let you know, I did go to the doctors yesterday for my diabetes. I got an eye doctor's appointment. I have a lung doctor's appointment. So all you individuals who are worried about me, number one, thank you for the prayers. Keep praying. Always love prayers because I got the next month or 2, I'll be going to a lot of doctors just to get everything checked. Why? Namila, is it Namila? Thank you very much for the super sticker. Why? I want to be in the best shape of my life. Where'd you hear that before? All right. And I got some things going on with me. Nothing major, just getting checked up. And that brings me to why I love Onpassive. Frank Fields, thank you very much for your super sticker. You know, my whole life I've always had some kind of insurance. And by any means, I'm not rubbing any face or bragging about it. My parents, They had their own business. My dad always paid for all this stuff. And when I got a job with Mazda first and then Ford's, I told my dad they're going to pay for the insurance and all that. And my dad was relieved because he paid for that his whole life. So this is what I kind of want to talk about. So I made all these doctor's appointments yesterday. I'm going to try a new shot starting Monday, which I've done really good. My A1C, whatever that is, I don't know, your blood type, I'm at 10.2. A good one is between 5 and 7. Now, I told my doctor, my God, I've been exercising. I put on a few more pounds, which I didn't realize. That's okay. And he said, it's a 3-month test for your A1C, if I say that right. And he said, Chris, a month ago when you came in here, you're basically going to die. He goes, your A1C was not even showing. Well, and now you're at 10.2. That's an awesome progression. It's going to start me on a new shot Monday, which I could probably bring my insulin at. He goes, this is going to get you off the insulin. Plus one of the side effects that makes you lose weight, which I need because I've really been exercising like crazy with weights and cardio and trying to get it going. So, but anyway, this is why I love Onpassive. So any of you that know that have diabetes out there, which I know there is, it's not cheap. It's expensive. If you don't have insurance, I'm praying for you because I know how expensive it is. This is the reason, because those things that we think about, you got a job, you work maybe 40 hours a week. Most people just make enough to make their bills and they got a little bit left over. All right, let's talk about the little bit left over right now. The little bit left over can mean many things. It could be pay your medical bills, something broke. My coffee maker, I think, just broke. I just got it. So stuff like that. Maybe your child is into sports. And sports, I was talking to Julie the other day, and I know her daughter likes doing everything. And that stuff costs money. It costs to play sports these days. I don't know why. I'm going to definitely hit a bunch of schools or reseller positions so that any kid that wants to play sports, we talked about this, can play sports. This is the stuff I'm talking about. I think as we grow older, we get into our 20s, we finish school, if you even went to school, you fall in love, you get married, and boom. Now, we don't think about the important things. Hey, we got a house. All we think about is that monthly pay. Oh man, I can afford that monthly payment, $800, $1,000. Some people $2,000 a month, but they forget about the utilities. If something breaks, see, a lot of people, and I was one of those people. We forget about that stuff. Oh, I can afford $800 a month. That's no big deal. Next thing you know, the heater breaks. Boom, $7,000 to $10,000. Didn't think about that. Holy cow! I don't have cathedral ceilings. That's why I love my house. People with cathedral ceilings, air conditioning and heating bills through the roof, let's just say. I love Onpassive. This is all the stuff. If you just covered that kind of stuff, what Onpassive is going to do for you, you should be smiling, because that's what I look at it. A lot of people out there, of course, are still working, and I get it. And I say keep working until Onpassive builds you up enough, which I think is going to be pretty fast, where you have that option to retire or quit your job, because Onpassive is going to be really, really banging at you, literally. So now, and I tell people, go to school and get an education, because an education is something that you can't take away. No one can take your education away. And like I said, then I start thinking about Academy. Wow, even this old fart here can get on and actually learn something. All right, this is why I love Onpassive. Onpassive has me thinking, okay, how about this? You're driving to work and your truck or your car breaks down. Oh my God, what happened? You take it to a mechanic, and the mechanic says, oh, you need a new alternator. Or, hey, you just blew up a rod in your engine. All this stuff costs money, and I mean a lot of money. So now what do? Here's what the normal person, well, I'll pull out the plastic here. Cha-ching, there's $2,000 on a credit card. $2,000 that you're probably not going to pay back for 20 years, literally. And that's going to go up and up and up, and it don't stop. This is why I love Onpassive. It's going to take the worry away, from me and everyone else out there that might be driving to work and you run into I remember a kid was throwing nails off a bridge years ago. And everyone that drove under that bridge on 696 were getting 4 flat tires. I'll never forget this. They had it on news, and you could see the cars hitting the nails and sparks and blowing tires. 4 new tires. Boom. Because some dumb kid decided to throw some nails off an overpass. It costs money. New tires ain't cheap. Go get a set of new tires for an average person is $500 to $1,000, if not more, if you got the big wig trucks, you know. It's expensive. This is why I love Onpassive. Imagine taking all those worries away. Think about it. Oh, man, I got a flat tire. No big deal. I got Onpassive. And why do I say that? Because of that residual income. I say it's your plan B, but it can be your plan everything. All right? But a lot of people, Chris, I'm still working. I know you're still working. I would still be working if I didn't retire, of course. I wouldn't quit my job until I knew exactly what I was making now. All of a sudden, I'm making that. And that's not going to, I'm telling you, my personal opinion, that's not going to take a long time. Can I give you a date? No, I can't give you a date. But if I told you in a year's time, my opinion only, that you might be able to quit your job because you're going to be making that kind of cash, I think it's possible. You know, people say, are you crazy? No, I'm not crazy. I would have never got into Onpassive if I didn't believe in it and I didn't see it. That's why I love Onpassive, because everything that I did see in it, I loved. And I thought about, man, okay, a lot of you save for one vacation a year, for 1 week vacation. So you might save a couple $1,000s a year, take a little bit here, put it in there. Save for Christmas. All right. Imagine just one of your accounts, if you have extra, and most of you do. All right, let's see. I'm going to use this account here just for vacations. I'm going to use this account over here just for Christmas. And I got to tell you, you're going to have those options. All right, where now maybe you don't. Where maybe you put. I know my mom growing up, she used to take $10 a month. Now, back then, it was a lot different. And she set it aside just for Christmas for myself, my brother, and my dad, and her. $10 a month, right? Which was what, $120 a month or a year for Christmas. Now, back then, you could buy a lot of things with $120. Now you can't. But she did this. So look at it as this. Onpassive, your accounts are going to be kind of like little budgets. You're going to have a budget for charities. You're going to have a budget for vacations. You're going to have a budget for Christmas. You're going to have a budget for maybe the car tires or maybe even a new car. Have you priced a new car today? It's not cheap. They're expensive. We pay for cars today what they paid 20 years ago for homes. That's the sad thing about life. Life keeps getting more expensive, but people we're not keeping up with life is what I'm trying to say. Okay? South Africa in the house. Hi, Rose. Nice to see you. So look at this. What Onpassive does, it's a level playing field. So here's life's expenses. Here's us with work. Onpassive does this. That's what I believe Onpassive is going to do for all of us. So your life expenses, you now could be able to afford and put away. My opinion, this is why I love Onpassive. It's going to put you in the, what do we call, the green, not the red, the green. And what's going to happen to people in general is they're going to be happy. Now, what do they say? What breaks up families? It's sickness, monetary. All right. 2 of the biggest things that actually disrupts families. People get depressed very, very fast these days. And I'm going to say this in a bad way. And you're not going to like me, I'm going to say it. Because people are a lot weaker today than they were 50 years ago. Our parents, our grandparents, they were built with real cement, real bricks, and they were tough. We, including me, so I'm including myself, we're weak. We really are weak. We fold under pressure. We fold under stress. We're normal human beings, right? But Onpassive is going to build our confidence up day by day. It has mine, and I'm retired. But I'm thinking, wow, all right, I know what I retired on. I know what I have. I know what I could get. But then that was it. There was a period. Man, I want to get rid of the period, get rid of the comma, and continue. This is what I really want. Isn't that what it's all about? You know, some people go through life and they never really do anything that they wanted to do. Onpassive, I believe, is going to give you those opportunities. Matter of fact, I'm just going to straight out say it. They're going to give you the opportunities. One account or 1,000 accounts, whatever you have, it's going to give you the opportunity to do a lot more with your life. Now, I had a conversation, and I won't say her name. Oops, Julie. Last night about some of the things that she wants to do with her kids. And I'm thinking, yep, you know what? It's not always easy to do a lot of things because your kids, if you have energetic kids that like to play sports and everything, and they want to do all this, and you got to run around, just imagine not having to run around anymore. If you have kids that age, honey, what is it? You need that. Okay, go play. When's your games? I'm going to be there every one. I don't have excuses anymore. All right. This is why I love Onpassive. And I'm going to tell you, listen to me now. Wendell White, pay attention now. I'm talking. And Gemma and Ruth and Frank and Casey, get rid of your excuses. You heard it? You heard it from me again. Get rid of those excuses why you can't do something. Change that. Stick it in your head. Don't say it, man, I just can't do it. I can't afford it. Change it. Because Onpassive is going to eliminate your excuses. Man, I couldn't make my real quick story. I was my son's basketball coach at a young age. And this to this day affects my son. And I was working the A shift, we call it, the morning shift. I was the coach for 2 weeks. And then my boss said, hey, you've been bumped to the afternoon shift, which eliminated me from being a coach anymore. It broke my heart. It broke my son's heart. He never forgot that. And I remember 3 weeks later, it was on a Saturday. I took a Saturday off to go watch his game, and he was saying, Dad, come on. No, son, I'm not the coach. That's your coach. That broke my heart. This is why I love Onpassive. I don't want any parent out there to have that broken heart. That absolutely killed me. I didn't have a choice. That was my job. That's what paid the bills. That's what put food on the table. And you know what? My job, believe it or not, I'm thankful for it, but it took a lot of things away from my personal life, like being a coach, like going to my kids' sports. How many of you right now, maybe work the afternoon shift, or maybe you work later and the game starts early and you cannot, Lois White, thank you very much for the super sticker, and you can't get to your kids' games. Do you know, listen, I played sports when I was a kid. I remember my dad, and he owned his own business, and he couldn't get to a lot of my games. And I used to look, and there's my mom. Oh, there's my dad. And I was like, oh, my God. When they weren't there, if they couldn't make it, it broke my heart. I wanted them to see me play. I wasn't that good. I just wanted to let them see me play. Don't do that to your family. I know maybe you don't have a choice right now, but don't do that to your family. Onpassive is going to get rid of that excuse. If your kids are playing sports, all right, now, and you can't get there, I get it. I totally understand it. I burned every vacation I could to get to my kids' functions, and then I found I had nothing left to go take them on a vacation. That sucked. SUCKED, if that's how you spelled it, sucked. It broke my heart. It broke my kids' hearts. I don't want you to have to break your kids' hearts. Anyone that's listening that's brand new, just getting married, and you're ready to have kids, I don't want you to have to go through that because it stinks. Knowing you're at work thinking, oh, and then you get a phone call. My God, your son just hit a grand slam. My God, your daughter just won the dance competition. God, I missed it. I'm pissed. I was upset. It broke me down. And I'm going to tell you the worst of all. My father was dying in the hospital of bone lung cancer. That's why I get everything checked out. My dad wasn't a doctor guy, right? I had to take a leave of absence from my work, a work that I dedicated my life to go fill out paperwork. They called me, Chris, we need you to come and fill this paper. I said, listen, my dad's about ready. Well, you got to come in and fill this paperwork. I was 30 minutes from my work from where the hospital was. All right, fine. As I'm driving away to go get this stupid ass paperwork, sorry about my language, that I could have filled out any time, my dad had passed away. Luckily, my mom and my brother and some of his brothers and sister-in-laws were in there. Me, I missed it. I was so upset at my work, you couldn't have waited. I couldn't be there for my dad. I was there for my mom when she passed. But my dad, I couldn't be because of freaking work. because a stupid signature all they needed. And they were so impatient. You got to get this done. I'm like, listen, my dad's not doing so good. I really don't want to leave. Well, you got to get up or you're not going to get a leave of absence. That's how much work really cares about people. They see people that are in HR and workplaces. I don't think they necessarily, not everyone, I don't think they necessarily put yourself in your shoes. You understand? I think if every person every boss and I say this about Ashes, I think Ash has put himself in all these people's shoes. He knows what they need. He knows what they want. And he's working his butt off to make sure they get it. So do I have a lot of reasons to be angry? I do, but I let it go because there's nothing I really could have done about it. My dad's gone. My mom's gone. I'm going to die sooner or later. But the most important thing why I love Onpassive is Onpassive, I don't believe is ever going to let me down for anything. It's going to allow me to be in the right places at the right times, like your kids. My grandkids, I can't wait. I have one grandson now, Cody. My daughter's getting married this year in August. Oh, I got to go get a suit or a tux, by the way. I forgot. I want to be there for my grandkids. I want to be there for my kids. Is it always easy when you're working all the time? No, it's not. Let's change that. I love Onpassive because that's the change that's coming for every one of us. Okay? Steve, no, I know exactly what you mean, Chris. Same thing happened to me. I have been angry over the year. Yeah, it's no fun. Dude, Steve, let the anger go. Something better is coming. So right now, a lot of you have got some pretty big issues on your plates. All right? Health, sickness, behind on your bills. Hey, John White, I see you there, brother. John White, I definitely want to see retire. Okay? But think about, right now, I'm asking you to think about yourself. What do you really love about Onpassive? I just told you some of the things I love. I told you some of you will thank you, Kathy, will put you in the same position. For once in your life, and you don't hear this out of my mouth much, I want you to start thinking about what you love and what Onpassive is truly going to do. I don't want you to think about things that haven't happened yet, like Red was talking this morning, KYC. Red, if you want to know about it, go listen to Red. He said it excellent. Things that haven't happened yet, we're worried about. I want you to worry about the things that you can't control in your life right now, and you're going to be able to control soon. Wow, spitting all over myself. You guys all hear me? Worry about what's happening in your life that you can't control, maybe like bills, health, and there's nothing you can do but kind of like deal. I told my doctor yesterday, and I'm using this as an example. I had trouble with my lungs years ago where I stopped breathing. I was on a life support for a week. I said, I want you to listen to my lungs real good. My dad died of lung cancer. He listens with the stethoscope. He says, I'm going to send you to a specialist. Let's get it checked out. I said, it's probably scarring. He goes, it could be, but let's check it out. Right? I can't control what the doctor's going to tell me. Right? Can't control it, but I can check it out. Onpassive has already checked all these things out. Now, will Onpassive fix things? I believe so. I believe with artificial intelligence, anything's possible. Anything's possible. Will it be able to tell people, hey, listen, the worst thing about my father, he just didn't like doctors. He was a Navy man. I could take care of myself. The problem was he couldn't. You can't. If you can catch cancer early enough, all right, it's gonna take your life a lot longer because they'll be able to fix it. It's the people that wait, like me, like my dad. Artificial intelligence is going to jump beyond that. Hey, you got to get this guy in. Hey, we know a fix. That's why I love Onpassive. The possibilities are endless. The possibilities are endless. Now, am I talking about products? You dang right I'm talking about every product they got, but then again, the things you don't know about. And like I said, you might be going through a tough time right now, and I get a lot of text about it, Chris, this, that. I'm going to pray for you, and I'm going to pray this happens, and when it does happen, you're going to forget about it. In other words, at that point, when we launched and you got your links, I want to see all kind of messages. Chris, you're not going to believe this. I just went to my son's game. I always had to work overtime to afford what I had. I didn't have to work the overtime this week, Chris, because Onpassive is covering me. That residual income is working, and it's only going to get better. It's going to keep going and going and going and going. That's the kind of messages I want to hear. That's why I don't watch the news anymore. Listen, one of my goals too is to have a TV station. Good News from Onpassive, starring Chris Johnson, Redfern, Marty DeGarmo, and anyone else that wants to jump in on that. John White. And we're going to show the world what Onpassive's done for people. We're going to show the world the Oh Bless projects that's been done for people. And boy, a lot of things are going to change. All right? Stop watching things that depress you. If you have an issue with yourself, get it checked out. Onpassive's coming. It's here. It's going to change your life, whether you believe it or not. It will change your life. I just got out of church, Julie's saying. Okay, answer the question. Hold on. Let's do this. Let me call her because I don't know what she wants. Keep smiling, Pat Parent. Hello? Julie, you're on live right now. Are you doing a webinar, you said, today? I'm not sure what you said.
Hi, everybody. The Golden Talk Show invited me as a guest. It's not my webinar, but
okay.
Yes, please come if they are available.
Okay, the Golden Talk Show. I'm sure the link's going to be in the back office.
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right.
Awesome. Thanks, Chris.
You're welcome.
Everybody enjoy your day.
All right, Julie. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, there you guys go, the Golden Talk Show. So Marty's coming on in a few minutes, but I want to reassure you all this. This is me speaking from me. Okay. Do I have updates? That's my updates. I'm talking about what I feel, why I love Onpassive. I think, and this is another idea. I come up with all these silly ideas. On your social media today, whether it's O Network or your Facebook or your Instagram, all Twitter, whatever it's called, Twitter, put on there, this is why I love Onpassive. This is the things that are going to improve, will improve in my life when Onpassive, the magical links come in. That isn't so hard. Is that work? No. Number one, you're marketing to people that maybe didn't believe you or are like on the fence. Put it on there. This is why I love Onpassive. These are the things. And talk about your kids' health issues, your oven that broke, or your heater that broke, or your coffee maker that broke. And that's simple things, guys. I'm talking about major things. I could boil hot water and put coffee in it. There's always a way to fix things, and I might have to do that because I'm being coffee crazed right now. No sugar, by the way. I just want you to all know that Onpassive is going to bring us to a place that we're all going to be happy, okay? Remember that. I got to get going. Oh, my God, I didn't say the birthdays. Hold on, DeGarmo. Why do I always forget my birthdays? Hold on. I think there's quite a bit today. Let's see, birthdays. All right. There's 4. These are people from my work. Lindsay Brandon, happy birthday. Brian Marquez, happy birthday. And Joe Goins, happy birthday. These are guys from my work. If you have a birthday out there and I missed it, I'm sorry. I don't know where it's at, but I don't always see them. I don't see it on Facebook. But you guys have a great weekend. I usually don't do lives in the weekend unless something special comes up. And something special came up. I woke up breathing. Onpassive's in my life, and every one of you are in my life. So God bless you. I love every one of you. And go check out Marty, and make sure you check out my brother Red for the Q&As, a lot about KYC. But don't worry about things until they happen, guys. It's all going to happen. And when it does, it's all going to be laid out right for you what you need to do. And all you people that haven't woken up to do your OES yet, get off your butt and go do it. All right, I got to go. I love every one of you. God bless. Marty DeGarmo. It's all yours. Bye.